So it's now time for the round 2 review. This week I'm joined by NT Thunder head coach Daniel Archer. Now we'll get straight into it. The first game was Tiwi versus Nightcliff over on the Tiwi Islands. How did you see that one play out?
I was lucky enough to get across the island to see this game, so it was exciting to have football back on the island. It's been a couple of seasons since Tiwi have been able to play games there, and they definitely controlled things from the outset. They were ready to play and obviously had a crowd well behind them over there at Tiwi Oval. And unfortunately, Nightcliff probably took a quarter and a bit to get going, and by that stage, Tiwi were well in control and ran the game out extremely well.
Darwin versus St Mary's. St Mary's 60th anniversary match. How was that one?
Very one-sided, this game, unfortunately. So it would have been great for a really close tussle and a very good game, I guess, for Saints to celebrate their 60th anniversary. But no, just too dominant for a very undermanned Darwin side, which was missing a number of key players for various reasons. And you know, unfortunately, another big loss to the Darwin Buffaloes.
Harmison versus Redtails. Now, it was Redtails' first win on the road and their second win in a row. How was that game?
Yeah, really good. I mean, it's a great start by the Redtails, obviously beating St Mary's down in Alice in round 1 and then following it up with their first road trip up here to Palmerston to play Palmerston out at Northline Oval. So it was a very good game. They were full of run and they played very, very well and controlled things from the start. There was a little, I guess, late surge from Palmerston in the third quarter to try and make a comeback. I think they got close to within 4 or 5 goals, but the Redtails steadied and led very well by Charlie Mara, I thought was fantastic. And then Daniel Stafford, who took a mountain of marks and kicked another bag of goals, also was great for them.
Banks versus Wanderers, a historic win for Banks, their first win in the Premier League, down at Gardens Oval. How was that game?
Well, I got down to Gardens on the Sunday to see this game, so it was great. Banks started extremely well and very similar to the Redtails Palmerston game. I think they were in control right from the outset. Wanderers showed a little bit probably in the second half to come back. Relton Roberts really controlled some ball through the midfield and they kicked a number of goals in a row just to bring back any, I guess, a bit of light hope of getting across the lines. But no, the Gardens Oval really suited the bigger bodies of Banks, I thought, and they were good. And it's obviously great for that club to come into Premier Division on the trial and get a win under their belt as well.
And the final game for the round was the Districts versus Waratahs game. How was that one?
There's a little bit of expectation, I guess, with Waratahs this year with a new coach in Brenton Toy and a number of players that they think are developing from the years gone by. So they've made a reasonable start, but Southern Districts have made what I think has been a really solid start to the year. Obviously a narrow loss to Tiwi, who we know is a very, very good side in this competition, out at home, and then followed up with a really good win against Waratahs out at home as well. So they need to make use. I think they've got 3 or 4 of the first 5 or 6 rounds is actually out at Norbuilt Oval. So they've got to make use of those home games, and getting a good win against Waratahs is really good after round 2.